Um, Hi, how
Hello,
are you?
I'm fine. Yourself?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 20, turning 21, a few months.
Cool. Okay, hold on this. I'm going to ask you the same question I just asked. Are there enough women for relationships today?
I believe there is, especially in my age group.
Okay. In your age group, you believe there is?
Yes,
Do you want to be married?
I do. I do aspire
Uh,
to be married.
uh-huh. And what's the oldest man you've ever dated?
I thought 25, but he lied about his age. He was actually approaching 35. So,
hmm So if you want to be married, about what age do you think your husband will be?
well, my boyfriend currently now is 24. So we plan on getting married like around, he should be like 32.
32, 8 years from now?
Yeah. So I plan on having kids 5 years from now. So five. Well, I want to have
Before
kids
you get
before
married?
marriage. I do, but if it doesn't work out that way, I'm going to have kids regardless.
Oh, hold on, hold on. Miss Eye Candy, I gotta come right back. Excuse me?
Yes.
Are you
So
trolling me? Hold up, hold
no,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You openly want to have children before you get married, and if you don't get married, fuck it, it's cool. I'm still gonna have babies.
no. It's hard to choose a baby daddy nowadays. So if I
And it's
would
called the husband. That's what
a
it's called.
husband, you're absolutely right. But it's
But are
hard
you a
to
wife?
say it again.
Are you a wife?
I feel like I do wifely duties as a girlfriend.
Okay,
Yes.
but okay, ma'am. Let's back up. What do you do for a living?
Currently I am unemployed due to the natural disaster what
How
that
you gonna
happened.
how you gonna provide for them natural babies?
That's why I said 6 years from now because I am looking to put myself through college and I want to go to school for psychology and all of that. So it's all a plan 6 years from now. And if I can't
I'm a
have
PhD.
a husband, if I can't have a husband 6 years from now, I still do want to have children because I don't want to wait until I'm in my 30s to have kids.
Are you trolling me?
No, not at all. It's just I don't. It's it's ways to have children nowadays without having a husband, which is sad. But there's a
No,
but,
what's sad is
there's
you
not
think
good.
this. What's just sad is you think this way.
Yes, because I've seen a lot of failed relationships or a lot of failed marriages, and
You've seen a lot of failures as women. That's yes.
why is that women are not in relationships by
Yeah,
themselves?
women. Listen, because 80% of the time when a relationship ends, a woman is the one walking out the door.
That is highly
That
true, especially in my case.
that's failing at a relationship. If when a relationship fails, and if 8 out of 10 times somebody's leaving, you say that's the failure. They quit. And even what you talk about right now, you got one foot in and one foot out the door. I'm going to have babies regardless. So a man can or cannot be there. So you're openly just saying, I'll choose to be a baby mama, and I'll choose to try to live life uh, instead of cooperating with a man. I'll go get a psychology degree and then live a middle class life, working paycheck to paycheck or so. But I do that
That's
instead
not
of learning how to
that's not
cohabitate.
that's not the that's not what my goal is. My goal is to have a happy home with a husband and
But that ain't
my
what you said.
I want
Okay,
to like
maybe
brief.
that may be what the Disney dream. But you just said in a few years I'm gonna have babies whether I'm married or not.
I don't want to wait until I'm in my 30s to have children because that a lot of women do have to wait until they're in their 30s
No, you
because
need to wait till you're a wife. See, the problem is, and if I can just be directly honest with you, what you're talking about is extremely selfish.
not many men want to marry. Like you
Listen, that's
said.
bullshit. That's bullshit. 51% of black men are single and childless, 64% of middle class. Men today want to be married more than y'all. Here's the problem. Most women today aren't fit to be wives. And this may
What
sting a little bit, man, but listen, I need you to listen to what I'm about to say because I'll let you speak. You're worried about having a kid. Why don't you focus on becoming a woman worthy of marrying? Instead of talking about the men aren't there, all you need is be worthy of being married by one. Instead of already got your backup plan. Well, since
Yeah,
most men don't want to marry, you're creating your own reality to justify being a baby mama.
that is true. Speaking things into existence, I do believe in that, and that is something I know I need to work on.
So
I
you,
just
if you have a daughter, you're gonna tell her, yeah, go ahead and have babies outside of it. Go ahead and have babies, whether you're married or not.
no, not of course not. I'm always going to tell her it's way easier when you have both of the parents in your life and two incomes and a source of home. It's way easier that way
So what
than
do you want to do with your degree in psychology?
I want to talk to. At first, I wanted to talk to inmates, people who suffer from the differentiation from right and wrong. Like to kill somebody is obviously
Hmm.
wrong, and to do things to children is obviously wrong. Then the type of people
So
I want to,
you want to be a therapist.
yes,
Uh-huh.
in the criminal justice field. But
Uh,
I kind of
hold
moved.
on, hold on. Any therapist worth their salt will talk about major reason people end up in the criminal justice system is problems at home. Coming from that one parent household that you're so quickly talking about is a
I
major
had
fetus.
both of my
Nope, ma'am, I'll
parents.
let you go. Let me finish. Is a major feeder system. I'm not saying your point is I want to have kids and I don't want to wait. The only reason you got to wait is if you don't have a husband.
True,
And the
true.
only
Because I
reason you
don't
won't
want
have
to
a
have
husband,
kids with somebody I know that's going to walk out on me. I know, boyfriends, my something that I
80%
was
of men
trained.
don't leave. You guys leave. Women are, see, this is the, that's why I call y'all home wreckers. You wreck your own homes. When do you, out of 100% of relationships, what percentage of time are men the ones that are leaving?
I can't give you that answer, and I don't
Guess,
know.
guess.
Um, Out of 100%, I would probably say 40%.
Ma'am, we have divorce stats that will show you that 80% of the time in our community, black women are the ones filing.
9 times out of 10, that black woman health was at
See,
risk.
accountability is like kryptonite, folks. Again, when I just showed her that the 8 out of 10 times a relationship or marriage in our community leaves is not 40% men, it's 20% men. Instead of saying, "Damn, I didn't know
Mm,
it that high," she's gonna still find a way to make the men's fault.
I'm not making it the man's fault. I didn't know it was that high.
Accountability. Well,
Didn't
but
think
what
it was
I
that
did, okay,
easy.
do you believe that? Do you believe that when divorce is filed in our community, 8 out of 10 times it's the woman filing?
Absolutely.
Then you know what the number one cause of divorce is?
You're gonna say women?
People filing for divorce.
Okay.
There's a reason your grandmothers and great grandmothers and folks didn't were married for 30, 40, 50 years because they weren't so quick to leave when or find a reason. See, this is a perfect phone call because you're a young woman and you are indicative of our cultural programming. You're already priming yourself to be a baby mama because the stuff that you believe that I don't know if you've seen it, but it doesn't happen to the frequency to which people act like it happens in our
Yeah.
culture.
Right. Absolutely believe you. I thought I was rich when I was a kid. I didn't know that I was middle class from because my mother was a single mother and she always made things happen. So I always thought we were rich
Do you
because
know your
I was
father?
privileged. Yes, my father was a provider, big provider, but the he I don't my mother was the disciplinary parent. So that is who I say raised me because I everything I know in this world I learned from her.
Were your mother and father married?
No, they bought a home together.
How many
They did
kids did
not
your
go
father
to the
have?
marriage. Say it again.
How many kids did your father have?
Well, this becomes so
How many children did your mother have?
my mother has 6 kids.
By how many men?
4.
This. So your mother was a disciplinarian. Your mother was the chaotic one.
One of her baby fathers were in
Man,
prison,
man.
and she didn't make that choice on a
Oh,
good choice when she was young. And then my father, she he took care of my 3 older sisters. That
have
is
you had any
my
therapy?
sister's fathers. Say it again.
Have you had any therapy?
Yes.
Are you still currently in it?
No, I know. I just said I needed it because I have a lot
Yeah.
of unresolved.
Okay, but you don't need to be having anybody's children until you
Issues.
get your head clear. because
Absolutely. 6 years from now.
but you can't put a clock on that.
I'm
You
not,
can't put a clock on that.
but if I know that as of if 2 years from now, I don't feel like I'm going to be financially stable to take care of two. And I feel like in 4 years, I'll be better in the process to do that. Because I don't
And
want
if
to
and,
have
and if
children.
not, and if you're not,
I won't have children. It's like I don't want to have children out of wedlock, but I want children. So
why?
I want to raise somebody, and I know that's the only thing that I can leave in this world is my 50%.
So go ahead. Why women choose marriage? Why women
Um,
choose motherhood over marriage?
that's your next. That's gonna be your next topic.
No, no.
Oh,
Promises I can keep. There's a book that you should read called Promises I Can Keep.
promise by who?
I'm going to tell you promises I can keep. Promises I can keep. Why poor women put motherhood before before marriage. Because it's the one thing that a poor woman can control. You can't control this, the premise of this book is the love you didn't get, you can get it unconditionally from your kids. It's a thing about being poor. Promises I can keep. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I'm not going to belabor you, but look, knowing that your mother has 6 kids by 4 men, knowing you have things in your mind, and the fact that you were just so hell bent on, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to have kids, because that's my legacy. That's a, kids are not dolls. They're not pets. They're not possessions.
Absolutely not.
Uh, that what you're talking about is having somebody for your selfish reason versus their sentient life.
If I said
A
I wanted
child
to raise a
deserves,
person,
listen, please. A child deserves a fair shot. That means a mother and father in a relationship where the child was planned and given the best start. Not something like you're talking about, a person who knows they have issues. And I'm still gonna say in a few years, before I don't want to wait till I'm old. That's what's in this book. Women choosing motherhood over marriage. And who gets doomed is the kids in that result. Because there's one thing about maintaining a child. That's food, water, shelter, clothing. And then there's another thing about raising. Do you think you could really raise children on your own into healthy, functioning, productive citizens?
not at all. Not at
Then
all.
why would you say I will still have them if I'm not married?
Because I wouldn't necessarily be doing it alone. I grew up in a family where everyone puts in, and I understand that that's not the family's responsibility or obligation. I prefer
What
to
I need
have
my
a,
critics to understand is this: these are the women that men are picking from. That's what I need my critics to understand. This is the mindset of the women that the men have to pick from.
the
They
men
think
have.
that yeah, they got to pick, ma'am, you're not fit. Your thought process isn't even fit. The fact that you're saying it's not ideal, but I'll have a blended family. That is a that is a choice that you are sitting down and saying, I am going to logically make. Instead of being married, I want to have a kid so bad that I will spread the rearing and raising and nurturing of this child over my relatives and my friends. That's in freaking insane.
Not at all. That's not at all what I was saying. Like that. That's
Then if
not.
you're not married, if you're not going to be married, who's going to help you raise a child?
I, I'm stuck. I don't. I don't.
They
So
stuck with the truth, so say it. Who's going to help you?
nobody.
Then who are you talking about? If
If you don't, if you feel like it's a if you refer to my family helping as a burden, then I would say nobody.
okay,
It's
your
not.
family and the family. Are we talking about women?
I have two older brothers. Yeah, no, actually, I have one younger brother. He's just super tall, and uh, a bigger older brother who has two daughters of his own.
Is he married?
Sadly, no. He was engaged, but it didn't work out.
No, I don't think this makes any sense at all to say I'm going to go have children and have my brother help me raise them.
I'm not gonna. That's not what the
Your
goal is.
husband,
My goal
okay,
is that I
why
have
are
a
you, okay,
husband.
okay, ma'am, why are you hell bent on having kids outside of wedlock?
I'm not hell bent on that. I
So
prefer
if you don't get married, are you saying you will never have children?
that is that is that is what it will happen if I know that I really can't provide for my children mentally and financially. Then
That's not what you said when you first came through the door.
no, I said I would have children. I've thought about all of that. I said that I wouldn't have children at one point in time if I couldn't have a husband, and then I also was like, no, because I want
Man,
to have a child.
man, I don't believe you. I believe you realize this is sounding crazy. I believe that what you said when you first came through the door is the truth. In a few years, you're gonna be somebody's baby mama.
I can no, because I can easily adopt. That's not that's or
Adopting is no different. You still have no.
it's more likely for adoption that they want the mother and the father. I understand that, but if life turns out to where a man
Ladies and
doesn't
gentlemen,
find me
understand that
easily a
men
wife,
want peace. Men want cooperation and peace, and it is almost impossible to get peace from a chaotic mind.
Oh yeah, right. Left turn.
That's what I need you guys to understand. Chaos. Women need to be a place of peace, and there's no peace in this chaos. That doesn't make you a bad person, man. But the fact is, I truly hope you do not go make a baby without being married.
I believe that too. I strongly believe that because I watched how it was for my mom to do it by herself. I understand the heartache and the struggles and the decisions she made that affected her children. I understand that. I also understand that if I don't, by the time I'm 35, it's unlikely that I'm going to be able to have a child in a snap of like that from off of one interaction with a man. It's very unlikely. So if I don't, I can't. I don't like to say find a husband. I'd rather a husband find me. Because I don't believe myself, as you can see. I've altered my thoughts on whether I would have a child out of wedlock or if I would have a child out of wedlock. I didn't want to lose my virginity until I was married, but being a young adult, I wasn't an adult, a teenager, being a teenager, I was very, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but influenced in, I don't know. I wanted to wait till marriage, and that's not how it happened. So at the end of the day, I know if I don't get married, then my other option is to never have children, and that's unfair. I feel to me
Why?
because I never was able to find a man that felt like I was fit for a wife. So now I can't have children. I don't know, but there's a lot of men out here that will lay their seed in a woman without wanting to marry. So I'm not saying that that's what I would do, but at the end of the day,
Holy
that is
shit.
very much so true. You have lots of men who will lay down with women. I don't think he can hear
Mm.
me. But a lot of men lay down with women and make children regardless, just as much as a woman does. It takes two to make a child. Women do not have these children on their own. And a lot of times, men are the ones to leave after they have children out of wedlock. Women don't get to leave their children. We do in some cases, but I believe I'm pretty sure you know the statistics. I'm pretty sure men leave more often when after the woman has a child.
When was the last time you were in therapy?
My senior year in high school.
How long ago was that?
How old am I now? I'm turning 21. 5 years ago, going on 5 years. I can't count.
2 to 3 years.
I'm sorry, I can't count. 2 to 3 years.
Okay. I think it would be good to revisit that.
Therapy, yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of unresolved issues, but do you have children of your own?
You're not talking about me. But
I'm
I
speaking.
do, And the point of the matter is, see, I wanted a lot of children too. But I put aside what I wanted for what was best,
which was to find a woman that was
which
fit.
is because if I'm not going to have them in my household, I'm not going to make them just because I want them. I wanted a big family. I got one.
Oh wow. I thought
But
you said
I decided, since you asked me, I decided to, it's, if I can't raise them the way I want to raise them in my home, then I won't have them, because having a baby ain't about me. It's about them. And
in the
what you're saying is ultimately, hey, other people do this and do that. All right. But once that child is here, man, this all stops being theory. And because you said some really troubling things, that I'll find somebody who will give me a baby.
No, that is
You
not what I
said there are plenty of
a
men
lot
who are willing to lay their seed in a woman.
of that is
What
my points
what's
when
the
I
implication?
say it again.
What's the implication of that?
So women don't have children out of
What's the
wedlock.
implication of saying that there are plenty? If I haven't found a man to be a wife, if I haven't found a man to be a wife to, and I can't get married, that means I can't have kids. How is that fair? I didn't say it was fair. You think that's fair to me? I said, "No, I don't care if it's fair." You said, well, that doesn't have to happen because there are plenty of men who are around here who are willing to lay their seed in a woman.
No, I wasn't saying that in reference to that. I wasn't saying that. That was not what I was saying to reference. I said something about adopting.
And
Um,
that was before, but saying that men are loose with their seed means what?
that women don't have children out of wedlock by themselves. There's men who
That's
knowingly
that's
will
bullshit.
they men knowingly nutting women knowing that
No, that's bullshit. That's
how
bullshit. Women decide, if a baby is born, a woman decided to bring that baby to terms. Nope, I'm sorry. There are 30
like
plus forms of, nope, I've let you talk. I'm not going to let that bullshit slide. There are more than 33 forms of birth control for women, plus you have options afterwards. If a baby is born, it's because a woman chose to bring a child to term. Now, the end result is we're talking about you. And ma'am, I'm just going to be honest. The woman I'm talking to today, it has a chaotic mind. And a chaotic mind doesn't parent well.
6 years from now, I'm not going to have the same mindset that I have six. I know as an adult that what I thought 5 years ago, I do not think now. I did not think as of right now. So 6 years from now, I believe that my maturity and my knowledge will be way stronger in a way where I can raise a child with a man. But if that man isn't there, then I'm not to have children. And that makes sense to me because it is selfish to raise a child without a man.